Hey, good morning, guys. It's Saturday, September 14th. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and getting my training hike in before the weekend starts. This morning, we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to simulate the roller coaster in Virginia with some of my ups and downs here locally. The roller coaster is a 13-mile stretch of little hills. I think there's like 8 or 12 of them in that 13-mile stretch. I don't remember. But I looked at the section that I've been hiking, and if I go back and forth in one piece of it, I can kind of get somewhat of a simulation of that effect. So I'm going to do that today, see what I can get done before noon, and I'll post a picture of the elevation change when I'm done so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So here we go. Talk to you in a bit. Alright, so it's amazing what a little warm up and a bathroom break does for the spirit. I just got to the top of Raven Rock and made it to the shelter, and it was full of people, tons of people, lots of day hikers. And I talked to 2 different people. One group was hiking, this was their last day of a 4-day adventure doing the Maryland miles, which is 40 miles. And then another woman I talked to while I was waiting to use the privy was with her church group. It was a group of women from the church, and they are parked at Caledonia, which is north of here in Pennsylvania. So they're hiking up to Caledonia today. So lots of people out on the trail. They're the first people I've seen. I haven't seen anybody else actually on the trail yet. I'm sure I will now that I'm headed southbound. I'm sure there's through hikers that are up and moving by now. I bumped my watch and hit a button that I don't know what I did, so I'm not quite sure exactly how many miles in I am. I think I hit a lap, so it'll beep and tell me that I've gone so many miles, but then when I look at my watch, it's significantly less. So it's tracking the whole thing. I'm just not quite sure exactly how many miles I've gone so far. I think it's going to turn out to be like a 5-mile loop, so I might only have to do it 2 and a modified half times to get my miles in, which would be nice. I was thinking I was going to have to do like 3, so that'll be cool. I do feel a lot better. I felt stiff and tight and kind of achy and tweaky for the first hour and a half, 2 hours. So maybe this next 2 hours will be like butter. All right, heading down. Check you in a little bit. Hi, buddy. I heard you in there. Hey-ho! So I am done with my first loop, and I'm at Warner Hollow Road. I'm going to stop and take a break for lunch. Somebody camped here recently. They've got a nice little camp set up. stool, so I'm going to sit on that. I was thinking about this on my way over to have my break, was part of my training, sorry, is not just the time on my feet, which is super important, but I've also been checking out my gear and figuring out water and food and all that stuff too. So it's really important. So for lunch today, for breakfast, what did I have? I had an egg and a slice of bacon and a coffee at home, and I'm 2 hours into my hike, and at the hour mark, I had a bar. It's by UCAN. I didn't take a picture of it before I ate it. Sorry. But it's low glycemic, so it doesn't spike your blood sugar, and it helps your energy last longer. The company's name is UCAN, U as in uncle, CAN. And I really enjoy their supplements and nutrients. I use their hydration powder too for my long runs when I'm trail running. So had that, and now stopped for my midday break, even though it's 9:30 in the morning. But I have, what do I have? I have some dehydrated apricots. That's a beautiful picture. I have a banana. Hello, banana. I have a bag of gorp, which is, for those of you who don't know, good old-fashioned raisins and peanuts. That's what gorp stands for. And of course I threw in some M&Ms for the chocolate factor. And I have some cherries. This video is crazy, I'm sorry, every time I bend over. So I got some cherries, and if that doesn't sustain me or fill me up, which it should, I mean, that should be plenty. I have some Cheez-It Grooves. I kept them in the bag only because as I was walking, I was thinking too that nutrition is really an important thing, and that's part of my challenge. I'm not the best eater, and so I think I want to concentrate a little bit more on that over the next month. We're a month away from that start date, so I want to concentrate a little bit more on my nutrition. And just because I watch a bunch of thru hikers on their YouTube channels eating crap for days doesn't mean I should. I mean, I'm only going 50 miles and it's only a week. I don't need to eat Doritos and Fritos and Cheez-Its and Snicker bars, even though it sounds lovely, and that's just probably not the best idea for me. So we're going to do a little bit better on that. So far, things feel good. I'm really feeling strong. So I got a second loop to go. I'm just over 6 miles. So what I did this morning so far is 1 loop, and I'm going to do another loop, and that'll get me just over 12 miles. And I feel like I'll still be done by noon, which is crazy. And that's going to give me a lot of confidence for my long trek. Because if I can have 12 miles in by noon, then I feel like I've got this. All right, I'm going to eat my lunch. Chat at you later. That was a long one. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, underway again. Lap 2 begins. I just want to get on real quick and report that I ate half the cherries, half the gorp, half the apricots, the whole banana, and drank a good bit of water. That was one thing I didn't talk about earlier. I had 1.5 liters in my Camelback bladder that's in my pack, and that lasted exactly 3 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes this morning for the first loop. So I'm kind of judging that too. It's warm today. And I'm going to trip and kill myself. But that 1.5 liters worked for 6 miles. And so I put another liter in there at the creek. And I have a little bit extra in my bottle on the side, just in case, now that it's a little bit warmer, in case I run out. But that should be plenty. All right, heading up. Hey-ho. Second set for the Raven Rock climb. Like I said earlier, it's hard to tell how steep it is from the camera. But when they put steps in the hillside, you know it's steep. Ah, it's a beautiful morning. When I crossed the road, a bunch of motorcycles went by. And it's bike week up at Gettysburg. And I just thought it was so cool. There were a bunch of cars parked at the trailhead. I was just like, you know, how blessed are we to get to do the stuff we love. And I've run across a bunch of thru hikers today. Well, not a bunch, but 5 or 6. And they're all from all over the place. So it's like, how blessed am I to have the trail right in my backyard. So let's count our blessings. And don't count stairs. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna put my phone down and get my poles back in action. About 4 to go. We'll be done. Pretty sure I just saw a snail pass me. Oh my gosh. Second time up Raven Rock. I'm almost to the top, sorry. Yeah. Hot, hurdy. No joke. Hey, so I'm at Raven Rock Shelter for the second time today, and there isn't a soul here. When I was here the first time, it was packed. I'm going to take a break. I got really hot climbing up the hill, and I'm going to be a good athlete and take a little break, cool my jets off, eat my Cheez-It Grooves, have my Diet Coke, and we've got like 3 miles to go to get back to my car, and then the plan for the rest of the day is to meet up with my husband and my dog at Raystown Lake. We have a camp up there, so I'm going to head up there and maybe get some lake time in before the sun goes down. 2 quick shout outs. The bug spray that I use is TerraShield by doTERRA, and it is freaking amazing. There's no DEET. It's all essential oil and fractionated coconut oil. It's all natural, and I don't have the bug problems that everybody else talks about. Maybe a gnat or 2 flying around, but I don't have the swarms. I've used it for years, and it's working great on the trail for me so far. And then my other shout out is to ExoSkin. I've been using your compression leg sleeves, and your my top is a loose fit ExoSkin women's top. Keeping me cool. My leg compression sleeves are keeping my calves happy, so I'm a happy hiker today. So there's your commercial for all the gear that I'm using, or some of the gear that I'm using, but really super happy with all of it. So we're almost done. I'm feeling like a human again, so I'm going to pack up and head on down the hill, and have a great weekend. Bye! So we're down off Raven Rock, and I didn't think I was going to have to stop again, but lesson learned on this trip is that just because 1.5 liters of water lasts 2 hours on your way up doesn't mean it's going to last 2 hours on the way down. So, or on the second loop, I guess. So I'm picking my way through this rock garden, see if I can find a way over to that so that I can fill my water bottle up and traverse the last mile and I'll be done. Alright, mission accomplished. I got my water. Got a good slug. I only have like a mile to go, so I just needed to get some water in me. I kept reaching for my nozzle on my bladder and it was empty, so it was starting to tick me off. And it's annoying to take off your pack. So I need to find a way to put a water bottle on the front of my pack. I can't reach the side pockets. So when my bladder, my hydration pack bladder, not my bladder, when my hydration pack bladder runs out, I get surprised and I'm out. So I need to be able to access my backup without having to take off my pack. So there's something to think about. During my shout outs, I also have to shout out to all my steeplechaser friends who are currently participating, attempting, killing the Catoctin 50K trail race, which is a toughie. So they're out there doing 50K in this heat, running up and down the same type of terrain that I've been walking on. So y'all are a bunch of badasses. I'm thinking about ya. And who knows, get this 50-miler behind me, I might come and join your craziness. We'll see. But let's get this done first. Last mile, I don't know, I'll check in real quick when I'm finished, but I have gained confidence and I've had a little bit of a reality check. It's hot, but nothing I can't handle. Like, I have 12 miles in at 12:30 in the afternoon. So if I did that on my 50-mile trip, I could take a 2-hour break and still get back on the trail. So I'm feeling pretty good. All right, last climb of the day. I will sign off at the end here, 20 minutes or so. Later. Okie dokie, artichoke. Last little bit here, so thought I'd wrap it up. I will figure out my miles and elevation change after I finish and stop my watch and look at that. I just wanted to give my wildlife report. Chipmunks. Lots of chipmunks. I saw lots of eastern phoebes, which is my favorite little birdie. When Jim and I met, that was the first bird that we watched together. How romantic. They're really cool. They flit and they eat bugs, and so they like sit over on a branch over a stream and catch bugs. And so that's how Jim won me, sitting by a stream watching birds eat bugs. I'm a cheap date, I guess. But it worked. Oh, squirrel, because there's one right there. A couple butterflies. I saw 2 grown adult deer and a little Bambi deer booking through the woods. Still had its spots. Nothing bigger than me or anything that could kill me other than people. And through hikers that I got names, I saw Keebler and Momo. They're from New Hampshire and they started in May. And I just saw Slippy. I had to ask him if he was from Pennsylvania because Slippy is such a Pennsylvania word. But he's from Florida and he started in April. And I came this close to seeing his wiener. He was getting ready to take a leak and then he saw me coming up the trail. So, opportunity missed. No penises on the trail today. Sorry for those children that are watching. I also saw 2 doggies. They were doodles. And they were very happy. And that's about it. So, again, feeling super confident and happy. And encourage all of you to do what makes you happy and make it a priority. There's a billion other things that can take up that time. So sit down and think about what you really want and then prioritize it. Ask yourself if it's a priority or not by what you're doing otherwise. And philosophy for the day. All right, maybe the heat's getting to me. I am quarter mile from finished, so down the hill we go and off to the lake. Thanks everybody for watching and encouraging me. I love you all. Have a great weekend.